Shontyce here, putting everyone on to the I Wear Me movement. You never heard of it? Okay, so make sure you pay attention. I Wear Me is all about breaking the curse of insecurity. We go to work and struggle to make the dollars, only to spend it on someone else's name. I ain't standing on nobody's line waiting for no sneakers to drop. I'm not buying no $500 bag. I'm not patronizing someone who thinks that I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle. But peep this, you wish you were as cool as me. I used to be at work serving tables and would set my tables up, and while they eating, I would be 2 doors down shopping at H&M. I loved their store until no more patronizing H&M. You get no more my black dollars, which makes up for a whole lot of your numbers. If you really want to learn more, if you want to just join the movement, or if you really want to learn what it means to break the curse of insecurity, we have to stop trying to be like somebody else. Learn what it means to invest in yourself. God does not have you here so you can follow what everybody else is doing, or so that you can rep someone else's name. You got your own name. Your name holds weight. Wear it. We are back. Good evening, everyone. You are watching With All Due Respect with Shontyce and V. What's going on, V?
Hey,
What's
good
up,
evening, guys. Episode 3, I can't believe it.
Girl, especially after last. Did y'all watch last episode? Did you? Where we spoke about the truth behind Valentine's Day. Now, were you watching while you were celebrating Valentine's Day? Because if you were, I hope we ruined it for you.
For real.
That was the goal. Okay, what was your favorite part of last episode?
The truth. Honestly, breaking hearts. I'm sorry.
I mean, especially after hearing about the pimp slapping with the dog skin and the goat skin and all of that. It's like, okay, are we still going to now buy the chocolate, the roses, the lingerie, all in the name of Saint Valentine? Right. Because you're really honoring this man who honored other gods. It's just too
right.
much.
Right.
Too much. Wait, but what about the whole extension of the stalker awareness?
Yes. It was a pleasure to have, what's her name?
Kiana. Yes.
Kiana on, and to get another leg of stalking and to tie that into Valentine's Day. Y'all got to go back and watch. It's just too much.
The game stalking. We've been getting a lot of reviews, a lot of feedback, because they had no idea, like I had no idea there was a such thing as gang stalking. And you, like V said, you have to go back and listen to it because you have to hear her story. And then she said there's updates. Right. I spoke the other day, she said there's updates. So even since then, it's just crazy. But also on last episode, we did get some feedback in regard to what was in our glass.
So yes, before we go any further, we're going to do this one real quick. What's in your glass, Shontyce?
Well, what's in my glass tonight is a mocktail. Like last week, we made sure this week is a lot more visual. Yes. So we actually have a non-alcohol white sangria.
Yes.
That girl, I always made the red one. Never made the white one. If I told you the recipe, I might have to have the truth behind the homicide. So maybe if you stay to the end, we might let you in on how we made this mocktail. But trust me, you won't see me stumbling in anything because it's alcohol free. Okay, did you taste it myself?
Yeah, let me taste it.
I did my thing.
That's good. And again,
I did my
non-alcoholic. But we definitely want to thank those who came back and gave us feedback. You know, we really appreciate that. And we wanted to make sure that we addressed that comment. You know, looks can be deceiving. We were not drinking. The bottles we were popping were not alcoholic.
The executive producer would never let us. We can't even sneak a nip up in here, okay? No.
So fear not. But we're going to take a quick break and sip on these non-alcoholic drinks, and we're going to be right back.
Black History Month. Y'all have to contact It's Personalized to get your personalized Black History Month apparel.
Yes.
Make sure you put Black History Month apparel, whatever it is you feel like putting in the comments. That's the only way you're going to get a hookup. Only way you're going to get a hookup. Put it in the comments right now. I don't know about you, but I'm going to have to make sure I get another Black Panther hoodie. I think I had a white t-shirt before, now I'm going to need a black hoodie. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, so we have to make sure that we're getting that. Now, last week, the streets were saying a whole lot.
Yes.
A whole lot of craziness.
They say a whole lot every week.
Well, every day. And it's really hard sometimes to try to narrow it down to like, okay, well, let's just talk about this one thing. Because it's like you come across so much, but we need to make sure we try to keep our focus. So we're going to tune into our first piece of content as to what the streets are saying. Now, who watched the All-Star game? Now, I almost got decapitated because I forgot to remind somebody that it was All-Star weekend and they almost missed all the games. And I'm actually trying to get back into this whole basketball scene thing. So I watched it a little too, and it was kind of interesting, but there was a lot of discrepancy going on with Breezy here, Chris Breezy, because apparently he got the notification to be a part of the Celebrity All-Star game, I believe, and I believe he was, hyping, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and then he got the pumpy brakes. No, we don't. Like it, Mike. We don't want you here. And it's word on the street is their sponsors, Ruffles, was a part of the getting rid of him. Now, I don't want to have to ban Ruffles shirts.
I love me some Ruffles.
That's what I'm saying. Especially
they said they had nothing to do with them telling him not to show up.
Now that's what they said, and unfortunately, because we're not there, we don't know.
Right.
But one comment that did stand out to me is someone put on Instagram, if God can forgive us of our sins, who are we to judge? If Rihanna has forgiven him and he has apologized and grown from his mistakes, let the man live. What do you think about that comment?
I don't know. I'm not there to say if he's grown. I mean, I'm not really a Chris Breezy fan. He's just too vulgar for me. He's just not my cup of tea.
Okay.
And rumors are out there that she wasn't the only one that he did that to. So I can't say if he's grown or not. And he hasn't really made it a point to show growth. So
I never heard that there was somebody else he done hit. Okay, wait, hold up.
I don't know.
There was another comment that I have to make sure I touch on. Rihanna admitted she hit him first. Why does she get a pass? Because he's physically stronger. Think about that comment.
I mean, if I'm being honest, so what? I mean, he bit her. He tore her up.
So you think he just went above and beyond?
Yeah.
He just went above and beyond.
And she hit him first. There's things that a man can do to take control of that situation without biting her and doing all that he did to her.
Well, with all due respect, and from what I've noticed about a lot of females is I'll hit you, and then it's almost like I dare you to hit me back because I can get away with this because I'm a woman. So whether I'm the aggressor or I'm defending myself, and we don't know if this is the first time she's ever hit him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, but it's like, you do have to take into consideration, where he is, and sometimes it's like just let sleeping dogs lie. Is that the phrase? Is that the phrase? Okay. So we gonna let Breezy bounce back from this because he will. Now, what was the street saying on your end, B?
Let's see. I forget what I submitted, so we're gonna take it like it's just so much going on in these streets. So let's just look and see. So apparently, the new trend is when you propose to your hopefully fiance, that you buy her multiple rings. And that last video we saw was in the church.
With so friends.
Yes, they surprised her. They set this whole thing up where he would come and propose to her on stage in the church. And as you can see, he had three different rings as an option when he asked her, "Will you marry?" And now this is a trend. What you think?
What, so he presents me with 3 rings. Do I get to choose which ring? But why are we doing that? I thought that's why you go to buy the ring.
I thought that's why you get to know your girl, so you would know not only is she going to say yes, but she's going to love this ring that I picked
But
up.
then why not just propose to me at the ring store and say pick? What? So who's doing that?
This is the new thing. This is the new thing. The first one, I think he had 5 rings.
I saw that, but I'm not catching on to like, okay, why does he have 5? Because I missed the multiple in the other shots. Wow, y'all got it like that?
Yes, this is the new thing.
Y'all got it like that? So
this is spoiled.
But they don't let you lease the rings, right? So how do you?
I guess you can return them afterwards. I don't know how this works. It does. I can't make sense out of nonsense.
Please put in the comments because this is news to me. So I'm trying to figure out. I've never worked in a ring shop. I've never been proposed to. I'm just trying to, like V said, logically, you have to put some money down in order to walk out with the merchandise. So how much did you have to put down to walk out with 5 different rings?
Right.
Where one of them only real and the other 4 came out of the bubble gum machine. How does this, like, what happened?
What are you doing? She ain't like none of them. Like, you just giving too many options. Now, what if she became real spoiled and was like,
But you know what's sad? You said in the church. So you want to talk about
in the church.
So
now we want to follow the world.
I was just about to say, so more than likely it started in the streets and now the church done picked this up. Oh goodness gracious.
They just taking this to a whole nother level. It's bad enough they go crazy with these weddings. And now this is all starting at the proposal. I'm gonna buy you 5 different rings to propose to you with.
So is there now gonna be a pre-engagement party and then an engagement? You know how like now they had a baby reveal and then a baby shower and then okay, so while we try to get in touch with a jeweler to see how much you gotta put down to walk out with 5 rings, we're gonna be right back right after this break.
That was a lot. I still don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm over this. I don't think I
can't get in touch with any jewelers during the break, so we're gonna have to make sure we do this during the week. So when we come back to you guys for episode 4, we can have some answers for you because we're still stuck. And that should have been a part of the get rid of that. That should have been a part of the get rid of that. So can we please go to our first piece of content for get rid of that? And I hope it's not as bad. That's how she's talking about you should get 5 rings. Okay, so I was having a difficult time pronouncing her name, but I didn't really know of her and her story, how she, as they say in the streets, perpetrating fraud and acting like she was on this side of the fence so that she could be a part of the NAACP as this top woman there. Right. And after that whole discrepancy, she became a teacher. And now she's no longer a teacher because someone found out about her OnlyFans page.
I've seen that. I've seen this article.
Why do we have an OnlyFans page at all?
Maybe because teachers don't get paid to know.
So now I gotta be naked after school hours in order to what? Buy the erasers?
Oh my goodness.
In order to drive, put the gas in the car. Like, so you thought no one was gonna find out? OnlyFans now is like Facebook. It's like naked Facebook now. It's not as exclusive as it was when it first came out because everyone is doing it. Yeah. Men. At first I thought it was only women. Now men are doing. We have to get rid of that. Educators. Well, we should have known when she tried to.
That's what I was thinking.
She was on the other side.
Right. She just came from a higher position when she was pretending to be black. Now she's a teacher making less than what she was probably making in her other position. She has to figure it out, and this is what she.
But she really thought this was gonna be on the low. How long did you think this was gonna be on the low?
It never is.
Get rid of your own. If you have OnlyFans page, get rid of it. Somebody's gonna find out, and it's not the first time it's been made public that someone in some level of authority or something was found out. And I don't know if they even took the page down. So now you're choosing that over.
I mean, it didn't look like she had a choice. She got fired.
I mean,
I ain't gonna take my page down if I don't got no job.
I mean, I guess this is gonna be her living for the rest of her life.
I guess until she figures something else out.
Okay, well, what else are we getting rid of?
What else? Let's see. This just don't sit right with my spirit. It don't sit right with.
Did she just kiss him on the lip?
Yes. Can we get rid of this? Your daughter does not need to be jealous of your relationship with your husband to the point that she is screaming, pouting. This is too much. This is too much. And then you play into it by recording it, by kissing her after. Can we separate the relationships? Mommy and daddy and daughter don't need to be the same relationship. There's too much going on in this world already. We don't need to be playing into this. This is gross. This is gross.
The kissing on the lips, guy. The kid, and then when the other one, daddy picked up the other one, the leg went up.
Yes.
Like the mama's leg went up. What do we do? So it don't come to mind. We're teaching them how to be bratish, spoiled. This is how they're going to be.
Attention.
Yes, this is how they're going to be with their boyfriends and their husbands.
Right.
God spares their life and they become married.
Wow. Or they play you against each other when they get in those teenage years. They're going to play you against each other. That's not what you want. That's not what you want for her to have this special relationship with her dad to this extent. And then when she gets older, it's a big mess because you can't tell her nothing. And he over there with his own relationship. Child, please, let's get rid of this. This is not okay. This is not okay. Let's stop playing around with this. Yes, you might think it's cute now that she's young, but it ain't. And it ain't gonna be cute when she get older. This is too much. Let's get rid of this. This is disgusting. So
there's a shoot behind everything.
There's a lot going on today.
Shoot behind everything. It's like the content from one needs to be the content of the other because we're about to drop some other truth.
Yes.
So
we're gonna set the mood and we're gonna break some hearts with this next segment, Pagan Truth.
Wait, so how many hearts you think about to be broken?
A lot.
A lot? Because we're about to drop the pagan truth of fashion, Greek fashion, Greek letters. And what does Greek letters remind you of, V?
I don't know.
No, Greek letters remind you of?
No.
Fraternities and sororities.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Fraternities and sororities. You know what I'm saying? This So we had to make sure that we showed some acknowledgement, you know. But because God has me and Shontyce says, Shontyce, we can't just sit here and talk about pretty clothes or clothes that we think are ugly. We have to drop some truth behind some of the things that we love to do. So I've never been a part of a sorority. Unfortunately, my college career was down the drain. But there are fraternities and sororities is a real thing, especially at HBCUs. And when we're talking about fashion, we see how serious they are about wearing their letters. Mainly on their jackets, their bags, their hats. They do not play. But God needs us to make sure we understand some of the truths behind this. So, Greek mythology, it is all about gods and goddesses, lowercase g. Didn't we speak about the lowercase g last time? So that equals idolatry. Okay, so supposedly these gods and these goddesses live up on the highest mountain in Greece, and they rule over everything regarding human life. So they used to sit up on like this pedestal, and now I look down at the humans, and now I'm like, okay, this is what you do. This is what you do. No, don't do that. Don't do this, right? Now, they supposedly look like men, but they can transform into animals. Okay. This is the concept. They can transform into animals, and they have feelings like us. So when I was reading this, I'm like, okay, this just sounds like a whole lot of confusion. Because if I look like a human, but I can turn into an animal, but yeah, I could get real emotional like a human. What is happening up here? But then I'm ruling over everything that's going on down there, right? Now, I can't tell y'all how many gods and goddesses, because when you worship other gods and you have idols, there's like a god for everything. There's a god for the table, there's a god that we worship for the curtains, there's a god that we worship for the piano. Yeah. So I'm gonna just hit on a few. Anyone here heard of Zeus? That's the king of all the gods in Greek, and he's a god of the weather, law, and fate, right? Then you got Hera, the queen of the gods and goddess of women and marriage. Right? I'm gonna hit one more. Then you got Demeter, goddess of agriculture and grain. So just with those three, and the list goes on. That's not it. The list goes on. So that's the whole basis of the Greek mythology, the whole Greek concept, right? So the first fraternity, Phi Beta Kappa, started back in 1776. I didn't even know it went back that far. The first sorority was Gamma Phi Beta. That started back in 1882. So this goes back so while we were slaves over here, y'all was over there, sorors and all that. Okay, whatever. Now, the idea of using the Greek letters served as the thought that you belong to a better than society and a secret society. Because again, you're talking about gods and goddesses who sit up and they look down at all the little minions. You know, we're the minions. Now, Phi Beta Kappa. So their whole theory is they use the letters of like a Greek model. The first letter. So Phi Beta Kappa, they get their initials from the Greek model. Philosophy is the god of life. Now we know that Jesus is the source of life. Okay, but they're now attributing this to the gods and the goddesses. So when y'all put on y'all Phi Beta Kappa and all the other sorority and fraternity letters, this is what you're wearing. This is what you're putting on. You're putting on the gods and the goddesses. You're putting on the god of marriage, the god of the weather, the god of the agriculture, and all. This is what you're walking around wearing. But you're thinking and you're following their model. So you're following the model of all of these gods that are technically non-existent. And then you wonder why a lot of times we look at the fraternities and the sororities as a whole, even if you go by chapter and everyone's kind of like off. Look at the philosophy that you're following. And this is why God had me start I Wear Me, because we have to make sure we understand who we're wearing. We have to make sure we're understanding that we're wearing. Okay, so breaking the curse of insecurity is the tagline for I Wear Me. And we have to make sure that we understand Now, what was the movie we just got finished watching a couple of weeks ago? Burning Sands. Oh my goodness. If you have never watched that movie, please go to Netflix, jump on somebody else's Netflix, watch Burning Sands, because it is all about just giving your life up to be a part of this secret better than society where people are losing themselves. They are falling deeper and deeper into insecurity instead of being pulled out. That is what I.W.A.D.R is all about. Learn how to wear the name that God gave you. Learn how to follow his philosophy. Learn how to follow the truth, not his truth, so that you're not now worshiping the God of the sidewalk and the garbage can and the pineapple soda.
And thinking you're doing something.
Right. And putting on the colors because they look cute. Because listen, the sororities and the fraternities are fashion, killing it. But look at how it's killing you. So we really got to make sure we on point now. And that's also Black History Month, V. So now, how were you able to tie this in? Because I was just stuck on the whole list of the guys now.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to watch a quick video and then we're going to tie this all in. So what you just saw was just news articles that just hit the airway about all these fraternities back in the day and today, presently. One of them you saw that they were putting the pledges out for sex trafficking.
What?
Yes.
Wait, are these lashes too long? That's what was up here?
Yes.
Oh, no, I missed that one.
Said
oh, no.
That they were putting them out for sex trafficking. Now, we tying this all into Black History Month because just like Shontyce just said, this was back in the day where slavery was kind of still happening. And people always complaining about how they treated us in the day, back in the day. They were raping the women, they were beating people, whipping them, hanging them, all types of craziness going on. But I'm going to willingly pledge this sorority fraternity that is doing the exact same thing to our people. Why are we doing this? You literally get branded. They were branding slaves back in the day. They were whipping slaves back in the day. They are putting you on the street, and now that's your sister? I'm not understanding.
This is just like mind-blowing. So now you're making money off of me. You're pimping me, and like you said, now I look at you as my big sister,
right,
my big brother.
Right.
How is now Jesus is our big brother?
One of them said, Alabama fraternity accused of beating pledge because he refused to snort white powder.
So I get penalized for not wanting to do drugs.
But I want to be your brother. I'm not understanding. We didn't go through this enough. We don't go through this enough. Are we not already still going through injustice as Black people? But I'm going to willingly go to college with the goal in mind to go through this. And as much as people want to deny it, as much as people want to pretend that it's not happening, we know the truth.
Right. It's not as secret. No. Obviously, if we're able to pull up news articles, it's not as secret as you think.
So that's how we tie this to Black History Month. Let's do better. What do you say? Let's rise as a people.
Right. This is why we don't rise as a people, because we get mad when you don't want to snort the coke and want to get out on the corner. You know what? We
need a break.
We need a break, and we need to get some real meaning behind a real clothing brand that's really saying something. We'll be right back after this break.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute, you got me time. everybody? It's Pastor Steph. You're watching. I see what you're doing with Pastor Steph tonight. It is really special. It is October 14th, 2023, and we are here at the Bravery Studios 50 Years of Hip Hop Tribute. This has been put together by Marvin, who is the owner of this wonderful studio here in New Jersey, as well as Brown Eyes, and we are looking forward to a fantastic display of hip hop. Not only are we going to get a nice display of hip hop, but we're also going to pay homage to our photographer to the stars, Mr. Ronnie Wright.
It's blinking. We are back. Oh, I needed that break. That was a lot. That was a lot, but I hope that so far you guys are enjoying it.
Yes.
You know, you might have gotten your heart broken. And listen, if you're not in those fraternity or sorority, or you know somebody who might be, show them this video.
Yes.
Because we don't need to be into this. But let's get into who we have here. We have our model, CEO, fashion designer, creative director, PR rep, hairstylist, and mom, because that's important too.
Yes.
Gwen, Lady Black Boutique.
Yes.
Well,
hello.
It's an honor to have you. Let me tell you, we met her some time ago at a fashion show, and met her again at another fashion show. And when I heard her story, I was like, we have to have her on, because it was just a story to be told and heard. So, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
So I am the owner of Lady Black Boutique. I've started this business 4 years ago. 2018 is really the date that I wrote everything down. 2020 to 2021 was the day I established my business, and within those process, it's honestly been like a roller coaster. I feel like my business saved me.
Wow.
Especially after my son, being a young mom. I just turned 21 after having my son, and I had to do something that would make my family see me. Like, I didn't just have a child, I can do more with myself.
Right.
And before that, I was actually working 2 jobs. So with the second birth of my other baby, which is Lady Black Boutique, it was just astounding. It was just great because it helped me to now bring my inner childhood to life.
Wow. Okay. So wait, so you were 21 when you had your baby. Yes. How old were you when you started Lady Black Boutique?
That was in 2018, so this was actually a childhood dream of mine.
Okay.
Because my mother had her own business, and it didn't last as long as I wanted it to, or as long as I thought it did, because it actually stopped when I was born. I felt like I seen it for a long time, and I just wanted to keep that alive.
Nice. So that was your inspiration for opening up your own. Nice. Now, you gave us a story the last time we met you about why you chose to go into the fashion industry, the name behind it. So give us a little bit of that.
Okay, so the inspiration behind Lady Black Boutique is my family, which is my grandma, my grandma, my mother, and my sister. So with my grandmother, she just had her own hair salon in her house back home in Sierra Leone. And also had some fashion, but my mom really took on the fashion and foods that she could cook. And she could cook. She had her own boutique. She also had just inspiring just with fashion. I felt like she was modeling for my grandmother because I had pictures back then of just her just in those outfits, and it was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I felt like my mom was a superstar, and I just wanted to keep that alive. And not only that, being from an African background, as you notice, I have no dialect that much because I was born here. This is another way of keeping my heritage and culture alive. So it's just amazing to be able to do what you love.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Do what you love, and it comes naturally to me. So yes.
Do you find any opposition when it comes to doing fashion in your culture? Do you see that a lot of people are gravitating towards it, or do you think that they're like, nah?
So I feel like people are gravitating to mine only because they notice that mine is not in the traditional wear. It's more of the modern day styles because I am born here, and I have to show the difference between the two cultures. Yes, you can wear African style, but you can also wear it a little bit more attractive and mature, or just sexy, but you can also keep the heritage of the culture with just the respect of it and everything about that, and just the fabrics and how bright it shows. I feel like when I wear my African clothing, you can see me from a mile away.
Girl, no, well, we had the pleasure of working with you last night at one of J Love's Fashion School of Etiquette. They had a hip hop event out here in Jamaica, Queens at the library, and she blessed me with the opportunity to walk for her.
Wow!
Yes! And she pulled out one of her dresses, and I was like, oh, yes,
green and orange is her color.
Oh my goodness! And I walked, and because she was the finale, she closed the show down.
Wow.
It was phenomenal. And afterwards, she had to run to the back, and everyone just kept coming to me. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Can I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture of you? And I was like, you need to wait here while I go get the designer.
Yes.
I'm not the designer. You need to wait here. And all I kept thinking was, it's the garment. You know, it's the garment that is attracting them. And it's a science, because she came with a slew of pieces. And she's standing back there and she's like, no, it's not for you, no. And yeah, so it's not like just, okay, you wear this, you wear this. She really had it laid out. Now, how are you able to do that when you go and you see the models and now you look at your garments and you're able to now pick and choose who's going to represent that piece?
That's a really great question. You want to know the honest truth? Yeah. It is, I feel like it speaks to me. Like, when people are like, oh, can I wear this one? I'm like, did it speak to you? Like, is that the one that you sure? Because I feel like that one was it. You know? It's like you see this outfit right here? I feel like it speaks to me. It makes me comfortable. I can be myself. I'm not doing a lot. I'm showing a little bit of it, especially when people don't want to show too much of the culture.
Right.
You know, if you put them in a full African garment, that might not be for them.
Right.
They might not feel as comfortable, and you will just see their body language change.
Right.
And I know, I'm like, you know, I got something for you, and I'll fit you whole new. Because some people, you know, their style is just different, and you got to figure out their style. Look at what they do. See if they really, what their figure is going for, because everybody's figure is different.
Yeah.
Lady Black Boutique, our materials don't stretch. So we gotta make sure that's on point.
That's very important. I used to go to like Jamaicans or Caribbeans to get my hair done all the time, and they used to do my hair like Caribbean. They, for some reason, people think that I'm Jamaican or something like that. So they used, no, I'm not. I don't know. But people always think that about me. So they used to do my hair in these styles that Jamaicans would like, and I used to hate it.
So they didn't let the style speak to them.
No, and they didn't read me and be like, oh, you don't like this. Right. No, they used to be like, "Oh, you look so good."
They would just, just tell you look so good, so you keep it in your head anyway.
And that's so good tip.
I'm a hairstylist, I know.
And let me tell you, it definitely shows on her Instagram, because I follow Lady Black Boutique on Instagram, and like the pictures she posts, it just really grabs your attention. The models she chooses in her outfit, so everything you're saying right now, that you show it in everything you do. So that is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
No, but when we come back from this quick break, you have to let us know now how you choose the content for your Instagram, and we're gonna dive into like the real. You gave us some meaning, but the real meaning behind a Lady Black Boutique. Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
2 minutes. What's in her?
Right. So, I liked it. I didn't wait. Hold on.
When she's trying to get, don't worry, you don't have to wait until the end of the show to get the recipe for it.
Okay. I'm gonna need
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you.
Well, wait, let's get into some of these titles. All right, we got model, we got CEO, fashion designer, creative director. How did you get into all of these different areas? What made you decide I needed to be this and that and that?
I ain't decide. Let's go back. We gotta go back now. So we gotta go back to high school days.
Wow.
Because high school days taught me all of this. I was on the dance team. I was on the cheerleader team. I tried to try basketball, but none of the girls wanted to play, but that's okay. So I did performance art. Ooh. But when I did performance art, I was behind stage and also the lead of the I was the lead. Yeah, I like to act and stuff. I like skits. I love all of that. I love dancing. I love all of that because I feel like that brings in arts. If you notice, when you go to my fashion shows, you gotta notice that I bring in all of that into play because it needs to be there. Mm-hmm. It won't be able to tell the story behind that. It needs to tell. Yeah. So, I really love it. I feel like it's needed because I need to know the team and the people I need. So I played those positions not only just to figure out what I need, but also to appreciate those people that come into my life. So God told me to play those roles because those people will come into your life. And when they come into your life, I don't want you to take advantage of it.
Right. I told y'all.
He get deep. He get deep. That sounds like a whole lot of humility there. Wow. Even though I have these titles, I understand that anyone God is sending to me or sending me to, I have to now serve them. Girl, go ahead.
And talk about serve. One thing that he does for me, like a lot of people, it's to the point that I can't even explain to people how I do what I do. Right. If he tells you to serve and do what that, okay, so there was a time he tested me and I ain't do what he told me to do. And I felt that. And a lot of things happened after that. And I was just like, this won't happen to me again. When you tell me to do this, if you told me to give this person $50, if you told me to go over there, start or helping them out in this, I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. I'm not going to question you because when I did that the last time, we had some mishap, but I'm sorry, you know. So I just feel like keep the faith. One thing that I do a lot is personal development. I do a lot of personal development between the time I wake up to 12. Lately, that's been messing up because a lot of people have been calling me and I've been, interfering with it. But I really try to stay grounded with just that time for myself because I notice how reactive I can get. So, with doing clothing and everything, I noticed how much of airlines with people and getting to know people and all their different spirits that they have in life. And one thing about Gwen, I pick up that a lot. Sometimes if you notice, I'm a very happy person.
Yes.
So I'm a very happy person. So when someone comes in the room and I just get that energy, it's like,
That helps you to shut down somewhere now.
I'm looking for it in the room. I'm like, what is that? Who is that? Are you okay? Like, No, because I have to find out because it's like, is it so strong? Do you know how strong that is? And I just feel like a lot of people need to do that.
Yeah.
It's not about what I do. If you notice, I don't sell my clothes. The clothes sell itself.
Right.
I sell either myself or I sell you. I try to like tap into that.
That is,
Yeah.
you know how in tune you gotta be with God to assist him in selling you.
Yeah.
That
She ain't talking about on the street.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
Sorority.
Right.
Oh my God! I was just thinking. Okay, so when after hearing the meaning behind the Greek fashion, the sorority, the fraternity fashion, how do you feel like that now helps to put a stamp on how you, like you said, God is giving me the meaning, not just for my brand, but for my personal brand, my life, and now for my clothing brand? How do you think? Not how. Why do you think that is so important that you allow God to now tell you what the meaning is?
Because the devil likes to play games, and I don't like to play with the devil, and I don't like when the devil play with me. One thing I've noticed is a lot of like he'll play with your mindset, and it's not good. It's not good to even do that.
Yes.
So I feel like with one thing with my clothes, I always say as my logo or my catchphrase is, it's the power of the clothes. It's the power of. There's a power behind that.
Right.
A lot of people don't make clothes with good intentions. I'm just saying. Like,
right.
It's not a good, like when I see my models getting my clothes, I see how joyful they get. I see how like it brings them back. Like, oh yeah, I can walk. And I'm like, I love that, because when I seen you in the other pieces, what happened?
Right.
You were just
walking on steps.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I want life to happen. I want to see life.
Yes.
And that's what the clothing celebrates. Life, not death, not darkness, not things that we're trying to move past. Know your history and always go back to it, but don't let it bring us back down.
Right.
Let's make a change. Let's be different, and let's change it around, because it's all up to us. It's all up to us. If you change your mindset, I change my mindset, we can get somewhere.
Yes.
We can get somewhere.
That's big, because we had the pleasure of like being behind scenes.
I was just thinking,
like the model, the last model event we went to, and it was just like, to be frank, I'm the designer. It's like, oh, you can fit this, put this on. Not how it looks on you, not if it speaks to you. You are small enough to get into my clothes, put this on.
That's true, because when models come to me, they be like, "Lady Black, are you sure?" And I'm like, "Pick." Like they look at me, pick. Right. Like no one gives you that chance.
Right.
Like I feel like I have to do that because of the way I service too. It's ready to wear, private, custom, tailor made. So I have to also show that I do that one-on-one connection with you, but everything is really online. You know, if you wanted to. If I wanted to, I could have pushed you online. But no, I want to do this one-on-one every single time, because I want to show you how personal it is, how much time I will give to you, and really just get to know you, because I really wanted to get to know you and really bring that to life. And then you get your clothes, and guess, you feel good, you look good.
Yes, I love that. Amazing. And it shows in everything, the social media. And I gotta say, I'm a teacher. I love the little ones. And I gotta pick up on one of these titles, the mom title. And she has her son here.
Yes.
And you wouldn't know, because he's so well behaved.
Yes.
And it's like the way that she spoke with him, the way that she handled him, it's just, honestly, like everything you do is just with so much
class.
Yes.
I feel like because he's like a little me. So I always gotta think in the back of the head, like, that's me. Like, that's the younger childhood me, the one that used to cry at night, the one that used to be scared. Because even when I'm sad, let me tell you, that little boy, he helps pick up my, "Mommy, you okay? Mommy, why you mad?"
Because
just
you
breathe.
do.
Right.
You just spoke about it, girl. And look how he's picking up on it to be able to do that. Is so beautiful. So right quick, we want to I guess, premiere or just show a photo from yesterday's events featuring Lady Black Boutique.
We was able to retrieve that.
That's so bad.
I love it.
Mama,
Yeah. Wait, you know she told me that she got so much compliments on her dress. I didn't know what she was talking about. But that looks amazing.
With her little bag to match. Looks amazing with her necklace and all.
And that wasn't even. She handed me 2 dresses because she was supposed to have 2 looks, but because time was against us, she only did 1 look for each model. And that bag was supposed to go for the first dress.
And I love that you put it to this.
Yes, and shout out actually to our behind the scenes manager because she went in your bag and said, you need to put this necklace on. So if it was not for her, I would not have put the necklace on. And it wasn't until I put it on, I was like, girl, get out my face.
Wait, go back to the one with packs the please.
Yes.
Sexy.
Nice.
I'm telling you, I can't tell. I really felt, I was like, wait, am I Tyra Banks on there?
You should have seen how she was walking out. She done passed me.
Man, and I was like, everyone was like, I'll take a picture of you. And I'm like, you have to wait here when I get the designer. She had to run to the back. So when you speak on your garment speaking, girl, this one is bold. Yes.
And let me tell you, it's very hard to make cotton flattering. And that is amazing.
Yes. You know, and it was so, and what I love, and y'all have to check our YouTube Apostle Wolf Christian Talk Show soon because we will have footage up of this soon. But you have to see the different array, the variety.
I did royalty.
Yes.
I did royalty last night. I did sweatsuits. This is one, and I also did what else I did? The ready to wear as well.
Yes. And it was phenomenal. So really, really, really briefly, oh girl. I didn't know you was gonna put that one on there. You can't tell me that. And then when I walked out there, here the commentator was like, designers could be models too. And I was like, yes,
Let me say something too, because the last event we went to, they tried to get Shontyce to wear this really, really crazy short thing. And this is a little short, but it's
right? That's what I was like,
yes. That it still fits.
Wait, I got one better for you, V. I got one better for you. Just to piggyback on how she speaks of herself. She hands me both garments. The first one, which came down to my ankles.
Yeah.
Then she hands me this, because she says, I'm getting 2 looks. She says, but I know you say you want to watch how much you show. And if I could have just kissed her on the mouth, I know you be listening to me.
I know.
You be listening to what I be telling you.
Because here and here might do something.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And like, no, all jokes aside, because when they were trying to get her to wear this dress, it was like, what did they say to you? It was like somebody, you want to go to hell. Oh, it was something crazy.
Okay, she said, Jesus, something about Jesus and intimacy, something about that.
She said something
and
crazy.
All I thought was, I know Jesus a little better now. I ain't trying to go down there for you, but yeah, but we thank you so much, Lady. Thank you so much, Lady Black, Gwen, for coming on. Please let your new viewers know where they can find you on social media to keep up with your phenomenal work.
Thank you. So you can find me at Lady Black Boutiques _LLC on Instagram. And you can also find us on Facebook. But hear this one now. It's Lady Black African Boutiques, only because that was supposed to be my first title.
Okay.
The only reason I took African out was because I didn't want to make it exclusive.
Look at that marketing. Now she's just a marketing exec she can add to her resume too. Right. But we will be right back, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wait, you was supposed to be a
Why y'all look like that? Pastor Steph asked me to give my presentation in switch tip form, making a switch from seductress to peculiar. I was minding my business studying one night, and all I heard was corrupt. It's like, you've been helping to corrupt these men. I looked up the definition of corrupt, and it's morally degenerate, meaning you're declining and deteriorating physically, mentally, and morally, and you're becoming perverted, especially with your sexual behavior. And see, all of this has everything to do with sex. Yep. Exhibit A.
The fabulous, wonderful, amazing when Lady Black Boutique.
Oh, they don't want us to say goodbye.
No,
they didn't want to say goodbye. They want you to stay, girl.
So we're gonna play a quick game called Bag It or Trash It, where we're gonna show some fashion trends and some things that were on the runway if we have enough time for it. That was in this week's fashion week. Yes. So if you love it, you put up the bag it. If you don't, you put up the trash it. And we're going to have a quick conversation about, real quick, why not or why so.
So,
wait. I was going to do the same thing, but I was like, wait. So this is, they call it like fluffy fashion or something like that. So what are we rating it? Bag it, trash it. Bag it as if you love it.
Love it if I make it. Wait. If I like this, Bob. No. If you would buy this, you put up bag it. If you would say I ain't buying it.
Or you feel like you can do something different.
I can do something different.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I can make it nice.
Right.
You can put it over some jeans. You know you can make it work. Wear me. No, I'm sorry.
I say bag it. I say bag it. But I'm gonna let you go first. Why do you say bag it?
So I feel like I could put it over some jeans. You ever seen the one with the jeans? And it look like some bear man.
So can we challenge you? Oh, can we challenge you? We're gonna have her up again.
Yes. You have to
do something with this.
In your couture.
Do something with it.
Okay.
And come back.
Okay.
We are challenging you. Yes.
Challenge.
All right, let's do the next one. This is the unbuttoned jeans trend.
Why we're asking?
I was just standing to see what you was gonna say. What? I didn't think that. I didn't think that at all. I did not think that at all. So tell me why.
Yes, please explain yourself.
This is what I go on. Actually, when I first saw it, I was like, I would have to trash it because it shows, a little pelvic area. But you could put a little full body suit on, and because I'm an embroidery fashion designer, I can probably do a little something, not around the pelvic area like that, but just do a little something to accentuate that area. So I'm bag it.
Listen. All right, let's do the next one. I can't believe it. Hallelujah. All right, so this is the pony hair Fenty shoes. Puma and Fenty by Rihanna. What we doing? I put bag it. I like it. Now, if this is real pony hair, then I gotta say, come on, let's not do that to the animals. But if this is some faux pony hair, this is different. I kind of like it. And I definitely am into some, the prints, the cow print and the leopard print, things like that. I kind of like it.
I don't want my foot look like a chicken pot.
It just looks like
I didn't say nothing to you in your unbuttoned jeans.
Listen, yes, you did. You smashed my sign for me and everything.
I just can't believe what I was saying. That was fun.
They're against me, y'all.
Again, thank you so much, Lady Black.
Yes,
thank you.
That was fun. And we have to have you back to do this again. And we gotta have some more slots. Oh, do, and maybe we should do it with some. And we're not trying to throw no shade, y'all.
No.
We'll cover your faces because you know we're designers too. We're indie designers too. But see, I believe Lady Black feels the same. I love the critique, good or bad.
Good or bad.
I would love to do this again with some indie fashion design.
Definitely.
Oh, okay. So we gotta have you back with the challenge, like we said. But thank you so much, yo, for being here with us. We'll be right back, guys.
Switch.
That was fun. She is so amazing. She was so amazing.
I don't like the shade that y'all was showing me.
I'm button jeans.
Yes.
Listen,
that's all right, because I'm going to wear it to y'all wedding. When you renew your vows, and when Gwen gets married, that's what I'm wearing. It's going to be in a dress style. So that's going to be the bottom.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
That was so much fun. That was amazing. She is amazing. Again, make sure you follow her on Facebook, Instagram. I don't care what she's doing. Go and watch it. Go like it.
And you have to go to her shows.
Yes. I want to because I feel like fashion shows are kind of boring, but she made it seem a little interesting.
No. It was
I definitely gotta go get some tickets.
Wait, real quick. I was on her Instagram one day and she was showing how the designer does the final walk. She was dancing down this runway.
I saw
going
that.
in. You saw with the bantu knots?
Yes.
She was dancing.
Amazing.
Go to her Instagram. You're gonna see. I'm not sure how. I don't think it's that far down on her page, but she has these gorgeous bantu knots, and she is doing it up on walking down with the model, just going. I loved it. It shows her energy, her personality, and everything.
Amazing.
We have to.
So we're gonna start winding down. That was so much fun. I'm hyped right now, but we gotta close it out. We're gonna do a quick what does God say? We're gonna focus on either the sororities, Black History Month, fashion. What you got, Shontyce?
Well, after hearing that now, they gonna put them out on the walk. Goodness gracious. I pulled up 2 verses where God speaks on. Last week, it was about the idolatry. These 2 verses are touching on the same thing, but a lot more targeted to him directly. For even if there are so-called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as indeed there are many gods and many lords, yet for us there is but one God, the Father, who is the source of all things, and we exist for him, and one Lord, Jesus Christ, by whom are all things that have been created, and we believers exist and have life and have been redeemed through him. And that is taken from 1 Corinthians 8:5-6 in the Amplified Version.
Amen.
We have to make sure we understand where our source of everything comes from. And unlike a lot of the other people who focus on all these quadrillion different gods, I don't even know how you keep any type of sanity. How do you go and sit with each God for everything? But to know that we have one God who is the one and only true living God, I can go to him with any and everything, and he's going to provide and set me straight. That's a peace of mind. Like, just think about having to go to like 80 different people for that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know how your mom calls Shontyce Tomatoes just all the names.
Mama can never get our names right.
Imagine that
exactly
in your prayers
exactly.
when you try to fit your prayers.
Wait. I'm praying about chicken. Why am I talking to the God of soda? No, I'm sorry. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. So God is saying focus on him. Jesus, because they are the real source.
Amen. Amen. I had so many scriptures to go against these sororities and fraternities, but we're gonna go with, let's see, 1 Corinthians 15:33. Good morals. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good morals. We just talked about they kicked him out because he didn't want to snort the white powder. We talked about them putting the pledgees, whatever you call them, out on the street for sex trafficking. Why? Why would you want to be a part of that? Why would you, even if you fell for the okie doke and you thought these sororities and fraternities were about something good, about community service, which they put out a lot.
Yes.
If you thought that this was something of good nature, it's not. And you can't have one goal, but the people that you're pledging to have a whole different goal. It just can't happen. So, right, you're gonna get pulled in. There's no way you can't. If everybody has this one goal of humiliating, beating, selling, but you got this goal of, I just want to help people, or I just want to be a part of this brotherhood or this sisterhood, your good morals are going to be tainted. Mm-hmm. So stay away from it.
Yes.
Stay away from it.
And that's what God said.
Amen.
Not what Shontyce and B said.
Amen.
Coming from God all the way. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. This was so informative. Even though we bring the content, when we talk about it out loud and we share with each other, because again, when we do our What Are the Streets Saying, and I get rid of that as saying, we don't know what each other is bringing. But we'd like to thank all of you for tuning in. We want to give a huge shout out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you can stay updated. With all due respect, with Shontyce and V, we are live every second and fourth Friday of the month, 8:30 p.m. sharp. Make sure you click and always return back to A Closer Walk Christian Talk Show YouTube page, Cultural Christian Life Facebook page, and with all due respect, Facebook page. Make sure you're there, because you're not mad if you miss us.
And with all of that, you also want to make sure you hit on the Blog Talk Radio Show.
Yay.
It's Due Time with Pastor Steph, Monday through Friday. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Where you can find me, your girl V, on Wednesdays, our Wow Wednesday segment, where I bring the socially conscious news, giving you the news that we are following, bringing you some crazy things. And you can find your girl Shontyce also on there. When can they hear you, Shontyce?
Monday mornings at about 8:40 a.m. with the Switch with Shontyce, where God gives us switch tips on how to make the switch from the streets to our godly seat. Also, every Thursday morning at about 8:40 a.m., we will have a segment Pray for Them, where we choose a celebrity, well, God chooses a celebrity that we pray for every week. And I'm also featured with the ministers and the pastors on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays as well. So you want to make sure you tune in live, because you can always listen to the playback, but it's nothing like hearing us live. It's just epic. It's epic.
Yes, amazing. This was a really great show. Again, we hope that you enjoyed it. Sorry to break your heart. And if we ain't break yours, but you know somebody whose heart needs to be broken about these sororities and fraternities, send them this link.
Yes.
Because we need to rise as people. I'm just going, that's my closer. With all due respect. But we love you guys. Today was so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. Catch us next month, the second Friday of next month.
That's March 8th, where it is Women's Month. And we have a dynamic episode coming up in acknowledgement and recognition of Women's Month. So make sure, again, hit that subscribe button so you get the notifications. Follow us on Instagram with all due respect, Facebook with all due respect, so you stay updated with the show reminders and additional content. We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Shout out to our crew. Shout out to our executive producer, Pastor Steph. And see you guys March 8th. Good night. Bye.